75 kilometers total distance. Wild rainforest and ocean where you don't see anyone else for hours on end. Relentless rain that leaves you drenched. Oh, and there are no guest houses or hot meals waiting at the end of the day. And you are carrying everything you need for a week on your back. I'm Asis, and I spent the past few years traveling across the US, often in my trusty LG map. From jumping out of a plane in Florida to driving across the country exploring some of America's most offbeat places, it was one hell of an adventure. But after all that, I felt it was time for a change, so I left my car behind and moved up north to Canada. Without a car, I set out to explore this place on my own 2 feet. And as much as I loved being out in these wild places, I wanted to see what it would feel like to actually live out here. So naturally, I decided to go big and take on my first backpacking adventure. And that brings me here to the West Coast Trail. The West Coast Trail stretches along the west coast of Vancouver Island, passing through the traditional lands of Wyatt, Titidat, and Pachidat First Nations. It's a grueling 75-kilometer challenge, climbing over 100 ladders, crossing fast-flowing rivers, and pushing through muddy terrain. I plan to do it in 7 days. Let's get ready. I know I have everything I need, but I don't feel ready. I don't think I'm ready. I mean, how do you ever feel ready for something you have never done? I've got my permit, my bag is packed, now all that's left is to put on a brave face and just go for it. We're gonna spend a night here today, right here by the beach, get some rest, and we're gonna start our hike tomorrow. This is my friend Chickpeas. He's joining me on this adventure. After a 4-hour bus ride through the winding mountain roads, we arrive at the trailhead with a mission to hike the West Coast Trail from start to finish.
I've just come off the trail a couple of days ago. Super slippery is all I can say.
Here we go, first steps on the West Coast Trail. These rivers and streams are about to become our lifeline for the next week. We need access to fresh water every day on this hike, so they are essential for our survival. I weighed my backpack earlier at the information center and it weighed like 52 pounds. So a couple of things. First, I think I overpacked, and second, it is hard carrying this much weight on your back and walking. But it's doable. I'm alright. I can walk, so I'm gonna keep moving. Let's keep moving. We make our way out of the forest and arrive at our first campsite. We are here now, and the next campsite is less than 2 kilometers away. There's still a bit of daylight left, and looks like we can just walk along the beach to get there. So I think we're gonna push for it. Or so we thought. There's a bear right around here. Bro, भालू आइरहेको यार. I always kept saying I have never seen a bear out in the wild, and today I finally did. We're gonna turn back and stay at the previous campsite. साथीहरु तपाईको तर आउँदो रहेछ है, हेरेर बस्दो रहेछ. This place is wild.
We're just gonna be loud.
Alright.
And it's fine. We're gonna go onto the shelf. You might get wet feet. I'm sorry.
So we met these Canadian ladies who grew up over here, and they told us that they know a lot about bears. So according to them, if we give them space and go from as far away as we can, then they won't attack us and try to kill us. But that also means we're gonna have to walk over here, which is very slippery. Go away! We are coming! My shoes are already wet. I want to make them more wet, so I'm just gonna wear flip-flops and try and cross this creek. And our campsite is right over there. We made it. We walked like about 15 kilometers today, carrying this much weight on the back. No. Day 1 was our first test. We went further than planned, and nothing felt impossible yet. Looks like we've got a company this morning. There are a couple of hikers on the left, and then there's the bear on the right. And yeah, he's big, like really big. But right now, he's just being a bear, doing his thing. not bothering anyone. We are on our way to Shed Falls. Difficult one to climb because it's so steep. We get up early and get moving because we have a lot of ground to cover today. We reach a river crossing in Ditirat First Nations territory. A local elder, Uncle Carl, takes us across in a small boat. He has been helping hikers get across here for nearly 50 years, and his family runs a small stop along the trail where we pause, eat, and rest. I asked his son Dwayne how to say hello in his language.
When we see you, we don't say hi. We say, "Is that you?
Is that you?
Is that you?" And so we don't have a hello. It's a question.
Buchaklak.
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 Yeah, is that you? And then they say, he, yes, it's me.
Bukwats.
Yeah, and so that's how we greet each other. Yeah.
We stay close as we make our way through the forest. This stretch is full of active wildlife, so there's no camping. We don't stop until we reach the next campsite. We have been crisscrossing through the bushes for the last hour or so, and we just hit the 38 kilometer mark. The whole trail is about 75 kilometers, so we are more than halfway through. We finally made it to our campsite for the day. It was a long day. It was the hardest of the 3 days, and also longest. We hiked like 17 kilometers today. We made it. We made it. We're walking through this section of the bridge, which is impossible later in the day and around midnight because the tide gets high up until there. It's only possible now when the tides are low. This is no ordinary hike. From here on, we walk at our own pace and meet up later. My tent keeps hanging from the side and it's really bothering my back. I decide to take care of it before it starts to hurt more. It's not that bad really. I fixed it. All was good again, for a short while anyway. Here's this river entering an ocean. So either you can walk across the river like that lady is doing over there, or you have to take this cable car. Ready to go?
Ready.
All right. This is the best view I've ever had outside of a toilet. Like, look at this. As I made my way along the coastline alone, I started to notice something shifting inside me. I wasn't rushing anymore. It didn't matter how fast or slow I walked. I knew where I was headed, and as long as I kept going, I'd get there. Over 50k in. So I came across another river, and I gotta take a cable car to get to the other side. But I have no idea how do I get to the cable car. I see the platform to the cable car. That's right over there, but there's no way to get there. I probably should have headed inland at some point. I don't know what happened. I am here now. I'm just gonna climb up that slope and get to the cable car. I made it. There's a trail from somewhere over there. But I made it. I made it to the ladder. It's coming. That's the way. It's all filled with mud and water. I probably walked like 1 kilometer today, and I still have 8 more kilometers to go, and the rain is just pouring down, and everything is wet. My feet are wet, my rain jacket is wet. I mean, it's supposed to be waterproof, but how can wet things prevent you from getting wet, right? It was already wet last night. I haven't met anyone on the trail today. Probably I'll meet some people later in the day who are hiking from the other direction. But for now, it's just me and rain and mud and just dragging myself through it all. My plan was to hike 9 kilometers to Camper Bay, stay the night, and carry on with the last stretch of the hike the next day. But by morning, everything was soaked. The trail, the boardwalk, my boots. What looked passable was wet and slippery. And then it happened.
insane. I'm all soaked in mud. All soaked in mud. Fuck! Fuck! Why am I doing this? This doesn't make any fucking sense! I'm not even halfway through. I still need to walk for like 5 more kilometers. And it's already, I don't know, 3, 4 o'clock. My phone. Oh my goodness, look at my phone.
At that moment, I think back to what the park ranger had said just before starting the hike.
Super slippery is all I can say. Every piece of wood and structure wants to take you out, especially if it's on any angle, so take your time.
She was right, of course. I had to take my time and keep going.
I found my friend taking a shelter under the cable car. The cable car is broken. The river is flooded, so we can't go to the other side. And there's nobody going in either direction. And it's hot, I mean, this river looks so deep. So we would cross it back.
I look over at my backpack and I suddenly have an idea.
I think it's long enough. I think we can go. Baba.
Possible छैन के
It looks possible until it isn't.
Hello! Is anybody out there?
This wasn't part of the plan. The plan was to keep going, but the river says not today. So we wait, stay the night, and see what tomorrow brings. This too is part of the journey, to adjust and stay flexible and adapt. We made it through the night. My clothes and sleeping bag were completely soaked, so I slept wrapped in an emergency blanket, replaying all the different ways I could have crossed that river. But by morning, the river had dropped and we could finally cross.
I don't know what's up with my lens, probably it's covered with water droplets. I see this bro's tarp and his bag over there. So he must be somewhere around. I think we're gonna have to camp here tonight. The only problem is that we are running low on food.
We haven't eaten properly in over 40 hours, and we have been in wet clothes for days. After everything, even though we only managed to cover about 4 kilometers, it still feels like a win. Oh no, the crows got into our food.
There's still a bit of beans left, and I'm gonna keep them.
These are the same chickpeas the crows got into earlier, and now it's dinner.
I know nothing's gonna happen. The only thing that's gonna happen is I'm not gonna go to bed hungry. I'm gonna go to bed now. Good night.
Just this whole section in the middle missing. Okay. Oh wow. Wait, what? What am I gonna do? That was a hard one. Looks like that tree broke off and the top of the tree fell over here. Wow. It must have happened in the past few days during the storm. I wouldn't have wanted to be here at that time. This is so dangerous. What was that sound? So dangerous. You don't want to fall in one of these. Oh well.
It got really sketchy after that. I was so focused on getting across that I stopped filming.
Hands down. That was the scariest way that I've ever traveled on. I did sleep, but I didn't fall. Fuck, that was scary. Caught in the storm. It started raining. It didn't look like so in the morning. The sun was out and it was bright. Now it's raining and just like strong gust of wind pushing me, trying to knock me off my feet. So, maybe we should wait out here or try and go and cross it now. I don't know. Well, at worst, I'm gonna head inland. But I think I should keep going because I don't know how long it's gonna keep raining, and the more rain means the rocks are gonna get slippery. Well, I'm gonna go. The sun is out again, and I am fine. Crazy, so crazy. I made it to the last campsite of the trail.
Life got really simple out here. I had something to drink when I was thirsty, something to eat when I was hungry, something to keep me warm, and a place to sleep at night. Just the essentials. And somehow, in that simplicity, instead of feeling like I was missing something, I felt lighter. Like the world got quieter. And for the first time, that was enough. And I felt free. I just wanted to stay that way a little longer. I didn't want to get pulled back into the madness out there.
Good morning. Today we are going home. It's the last day of our hike. Wow. Can't believe we were out here for like 8 days. This has been one hell of a hike. Wow. Bye bye West Coast Trail. It's kind of bittersweet feeling to leave and go home. But it's time to go home. That's the first set of steps that I'm gonna have to walk today. Up there, and up some more. I hate going down ladders. That means I'm gonna have to climb all the way up again. I think I'm only about 40 minutes or so away from Golden River. That's where the trail ends. It started raining, but I don't care. I'll be done with the hike today. So close, so close.
By this point, as hard as it was to believe, I knew I was getting really close to the finish line. It's kind of strange watching this now because I went on this hike almost 4 years ago. I didn't know it just yet, but this trip would end up becoming a turning point for me. I remember at one point during the hike asking myself why I was even doing it, and I didn't really have an answer back then, but looking back now, I think I do. I just wanted to see if I could. And going for it despite not feeling ready, I think it just made me trust myself a bit more. And sure, the hike was over in 8 days, but it didn't really feel like the end. If anything, that's kind of where it all started. So if you'd like to see where that leads, stick around. Thanks for watching this film till the end. If any part of this connected with you, feel free to share it with someone who might connect with it too. Alright, I'll see you somewhere out there. Bye. Salut.